Please remain standing, everyone. We'll have the prayer by Deacon Tarley Francis of the Catholic Church Christian Council.
Let us pray. Come, Holy Spirit, fill the halls of this parliamentary sitting. Bless the hearts and enlighten the minds of those gathered within. Direct the thoughts and guide the tongues that will speak. Warm the ears of receivers here seated and on the airwaves. Almighty God, we thank you for your goodness and ask that you be with us in this experience of democracy. Be especially with the youth who will be spotlighted here tonight, their families, teachers, mentors, and role models. Direct the proceedings, Lord, as you know best, and grant us the graces for its success. Bless the members of this assembly with your truth, wisdom, and understanding, and guide each one, even as we pause for this show of passing gifts and brilliance from one generation to the next. Father, we lift up and place these leaders into your hands, praying that they be and remain worthy of your grace and for the glory and honor of your holy name. With an eye on progress in our Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, filled with true Christian values and neighborly love, we make these open prayers through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Deacon Francis. You may be seated. I recognize the honorable member for St. Christopher 3.
Madam Speaker, with your leave, I rise to move a motion to amend the order paper as follows. Under Section E, statement by Minister, to read, the Honorable Iseline Phillip will make a statement in her capacity as Junior Minister. Additionally, in this motion, I would also like to adopt the order paper as circulated, as the order paper is a slight deviation from the requirements of our standing order for normal procedures in the House. I ask the support of my parliamentary colleagues for these amendments.
The question is that the order paper...
Second.
Sorry, second. Who's seconding? The question is that the order paper be adopted as amended and circulated. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The ayes have it. Next item, please. Thank you.
Messages from the Governor General.
Honorable members, there is a message from His Excellency, the Governor General, and it will be read by Ms. Joshania Edwards, who is a CARICOM Ambassador Corps member.
Good evening. Madam Speaker and honorable members of the National Assembly, 25 most remarkable teens, your parents and guardians, fellow citizens and residents, greetings. I am once again honored to greet you at this special sitting of the National Assembly to acknowledge the outstanding contributions of the 25 most remarkable teens for 2022. This annual noteworthy event, which recognizes our youth, creates a most fitting platform for such recognition. It is with a huge sense of pride that I present these greetings because this cohort of teens has made a significant contribution to the development of our nation. The wide range of contributions made by them in various spheres of activities clearly demonstrates that they have made the conscious choice to be active participants in the growth of our country. At this evening's exercise, we celebrate some of our patriots as they serve in their various ways of community involvement, whether in the field of sports, in the church, or in academia. It is inspiring how they have been so motivated to be such impactful figures in our society. I extend my sincerest congratulations and appreciation to all for this commendable contribution. Do continue to be the remarkable individuals of our nation. You will achieve much for yourselves, your parents, your guardians, and our country. God bless.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards, for that message from His Excellency, the Governor General. Next item, please.
Announcements by the Speaker.
Good evening, everyone. I have a few announcements. Firstly, I'll give brief welcome remarks. It is indeed a pleasure to host this special sitting of Parliament where we highlight youth excellence at the highest level in our federation. At this time, I wish to welcome the honorable members of the House, the esteemed awardees, members, supporters present, as well as all other specially invited guests. Additionally, I wish to congratulate the respective awardees and to remind you that tonight is an indication that you have made a positive impact with your actions in various notable areas. Thus, I wish that you never become weary in your quest for excellence. This quest, however, will continue to be rewarding to yourself and your communities if you continue to do your best at whatever it is that you put your mind to. I read a book a few years ago called The 4 Agreements. It was written by Don Miguel Ruiz. And the concept of doing your best was discussed. Briefly, it said that doing your best doesn't necessarily mean you are giving 80% on one day or 20% on another day. It means that you are always giving your best, despite your best changing from time to time, from one moment to the next, as you are never the same. To put it another way, it is important to understand that your best isn't a constant. It will vary. Sometimes you're fresh and vital. Other times you're tired. Sometimes you're healthy and sometimes you're sick. Your best is the best that you can do under any circumstance. And so those are some brief words that I wish to leave with you. By way of apology, I have received communication from the Honorable Prime Minister for St. Christopher 8, the Honorable Member for St. Christopher 2, Marsha Henderson, the Honorable Attorney General, Garth Wilkin, the Honorable Member for Nevis 11, Alexis Jeffers, and the Honorable Senator and Deputy Speaker, LaToya Jones. Honorable members, as well as all persons present, I wish for us to stand and observe a moment of silence for Ms. Shanicia Puram, former youth officer who is now in another realm. I extend deepest condolences to her family, friends, and former co-workers, at the Department of Youth Empowerment. Might we please stand for a moment of silence? Thank you. Please be seated. Honorable members, I have one other brief announcement. I respectfully wish that the brevity of your presentations tonight when making awards reflect and help us to leave at a reasonable time tonight. Just a gentle suggestion to all. Thank you. Next item, please.
Statement by Minister. The Honorable Iseline Phillip will make a statement in her capacity as Junior Minister of Youth.
I recognize the Honorable Member, Senator Iseline Phillip.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I take your directive in terms of being brief, so I hope to set the tone with a brief statement this evening. Good evening to all members in the gallery, to our remarkable teens, to our distinguished members of Parliament. Thank you all for being here, and also thank you for your patience in our start. So tonight, as we have already heard, we are here to really recognize and award 25 young people who have demonstrated excellence as individuals who have taken the initiative in their very young and early years to develop themselves, to give service to their communities, to the nation, in terms of the work and efforts that they have done in volunteerism. The Remarkable Teens Initiative was originally established and started in 2011 to recognize and award youth excellence in all areas of life and society. From the program, you would get an idea of some of the various categories that we are awarding individuals tonight. We're not only recognizing excellence in terms of the typical scholarly achievements or volunteerism, but we also recognize and award displays and demonstrations of strong character and civic responsibility, with character traits of being able to persevere, having determination for success, determination to lead, and to shift life paths and trajectories. So this program is not only a matter of recognizing young people for things that they do, but encouraging them to continue being and persevering as solid and decent individuals who are here to support positive nation building. As part of the program, we also want to recognize that it's not just about receiving an award, but part of the Remarkable Teens program through the Youth Department also facilitates even greater involvement. So after tonight, these young people who are receiving awards, they will also be engaged to participate in project development so that they'll identify a project, build some capacity among themselves, and work together to execute that project, which will be catered towards building society, some sort of volunteerism, whatever they think is needed as part of furtherance and advancement of society and community. And so we just want to make sure that we recognize that these young people are not only being awarded, but they're also being encouraged to continue their work and supported in that regard. So tonight, as we hear about and we hear their bios and their accomplishments, I hope that all of us can sit or stand proud to see that these are young people of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, and that these young people represent the future. They also represent the present because they're doing quite a bit presently in their lives to support each other and to support communities. And so I hope that we can sit and feel very proud and feel very secure that our future is in safe hands and that we have confidence in the capital, the human capital that we have developing. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Honorable Senator Iseline Phillip. Next item, please.
Public business. This would take the form of the reading of individual profiles by current CARICOM youth ambassadors, followed by award presentation by members of parliament.
Thank you. First on our list this evening is Miss Zara Brown, who is being awarded for music and entrepreneurship. The reader of her profile is the former Remarkable Teen 2021, Miss Mia Alexander. The Deputy Prime Minister and member for St. Christopher I, the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, will make a few remarks and present the award.
You may read.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I introduce to you Ms. Zara Brown of the Immaculate Conception Catholic School, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the categories of music and entrepreneurship. Zara has an immense love for the art of dance, and as it allows her to physically express herself, she has been a member of the Children's Dance Theatre since the age 4. And is currently in rocket class. Zara is a songstress who enjoys playing the steel pan and piano and never misses out on an opportunity to sing. Being a performer at heart, she has made the decision to participate in the 2020 Junior Calypso Monarch under the stage name Soca Diamond. Unfortunately, her grand plan was foiled by the effects of the pandemic. However, she is absolutely ecstatic about her recent introduction into the St. Kitts National Youth Parliament Association, as she views it as a pathway for deeper self-expression. In her free time, she relishes in watching informational YouTube videos, strategizing, and craft making. Zara's entrepreneurial venture, Be You Beautiful, began as a simple suggestion from her father, as it blossomed into a successful business. Be You Beautiful offers a varied selection of beauty products, slime kits, tie-dye clothing, and accessories, all of which are made and packaged by Zara. Ms. Brown hopes that her brand encourages little girls to be their most beautiful and authentic selves. She remains empowered through her love for natural sciences and problem solving, and wishes to pursue a career in criminology as a forensic scientist. Zara remains internally grateful for her family and creating and maintaining the conditions that have allowed her to grow into a grounded, confident, expressive, and undoubtedly remarkable young lady. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Alexander. I now call on the Honorable Member for St. Christopher I to present the award.
Madam Speaker, I rise at this time to express how happy I am to be able to present this award to young Zara Brown. Not only because she is from my constituency, but I've seen her from birth. Having had the privilege of working very closely with her mother when she was in our youth groups, when she participated in pageants. Zara is definitely following the footsteps of her mama, a positive young role model, an entrepreneur, and I had the privilege also of buying some gift baskets from her that I presented to some young people in our constituency. I want to congratulate you, Ms. Brown, and wish you all the best as you continue to sing, as you continue to dance, as you continue to sell and make money, and as you get off to university and come back as a forensic scientist. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member for St. Christopher 1, and congratulations again to Ms. Zara Brown. Next on our list this evening is Ms. Dominique Williams, who is being awarded for youth activism. The reader of her profile is male CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Mr. Jalen Munzak. The member for St. Christopher 4, the Honorable Samuel Duggins, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, it is with pleasure that I rise to introduce to you Ms. Dominique Williams, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category of Youth Activism. If I did not give my 100%, then I've basically given nothing. Dominique Williams is an up-and-coming force in the molding of St. Kitts and Nevis. She has always been regarded as high-functioning, genuine, and thoughtful. Dominique has left a prolific record at the Washington Archibald High School by obtaining 7 CSEC passes before reaching 5th form. As a patriotic climate activist, Dominique hopes to be a voice that could provide innovative insight on our country's most pressing matters, such as finding sustainable solutions to mitigate the Federation's severe water issues. At the National STEM Fair in 2018, she won first place with her project which highlighted the functionality of hydroponics. Additionally, Dominique participated in the Caribbean Climate Justice Essay Writing Competition and was one of 10 winners from over 200 entries. She also has a coveted love for the art of debate and public speaking. In 2020, she was invited to participate in Sniper's mock parliament sitting, where she adequately presented a potential framework for revamping our most viable business sectors, such as agriculture, tourism, and the creative industry. Her plans are arguably comparable to those of a seasoned policy analyst. In June 2022, she was inducted into Sniper as an official member. She has adopted an interest in pursuing a career in law and social sciences, as she wholeheartedly believes that these are the foundations of society. While the accolades has amassed over the years may be intimidating to some, she affirms that behind every success, there has been failures. However, she makes continuous assessments and reconfigures her approach until she is satisfied and exceeds what is required of her. May we all strive to be as meticulous as this remarkable teen, Ms. Dominique Williams. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Monzak. I now invite the Honorable Samuel Duggins to make a presentation.
Madam Speaker, as I rise to give credit to this remarkable youth activist, especially in her work in environmental activism, I wish to highlight that as you speak with her on environmental matters, if you ever had a chance to, you see the passion exude from her every gesture and her every word. It is something that she is quite passionate about and in return. And tonight I had the pleasure of witnessing her as she explained to me about her childhood dream of becoming a farmer. And that touched me deeply, of course, as a Minister of Agriculture, but also as a farmer myself. And I wish to encourage her on this journey, so to speak, because dreams do come true. You see, I too had a childhood dream. I dreamed of becoming an entertainer. And somehow I grew up and then became the Minister of Entertainment in the creative economy. So, to you, Ms. Williams, I am saying, I trust that this is one great step in your great journey. continue to pursue greatness. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member for St. Christopher 4, and congratulations again to Ms. Dominique Williams. The next honoree is Mr. Darren Thomas, and he is receiving his award for Scholar Athlete and Leadership. The reader of his profile is CARICOM Youth Ambassador Corp member, Mr. Malachi Ferguson. The member for St. Christopher 6, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure I introduce to you Mr. Darren Thomas, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the categories of Scholar Athlete and Leadership. In 2018, he was awarded Sportsman of the Year at the Sports Excellence Award at Government House. Darren went on to represent the Sadler's Secondary School Wolves in the TDC Inter-School Championship in 2019 and returned with a gold. Yes, Darren is quite impressive in track and field, but guess what? It is football that has always had his heart. Darren has been playing football for as long as he could remember. So when the opportunity finally came to play for the Diebe, he fully embraced it. He is currently the captain of the Diebe Young Stars Under 17 team. Furthermore, to fully understand the level of dedication of this young student athlete, during one of his races, Darren seemingly sprained his ankle. However, his doctor revealed that it was in fact broken. That was heartbreaking news, as it was believed that he may never compete again. Yet, Darren refused to let this become his reality. So with the right amount of rest, physical therapy, and mental fortitude, he was not only able to return to his former glory, but he became the first person to qualify to represent St. Kitts and Nevis at the 2022 Carifta Games, achieving his personal best of 50.8 seconds in the 400 meters. Additionally, Darren is a diligent scholar. In spite of endless hours of practice, bodily strain, and the otherwise rapidly changing lifestyle that comes with being a student athlete, Darren has made time to study and complete assignments. His intellectual prowess earned him salutatorian of Diepe's Primary School 2018 graduating class. He aspires to be a professional footballer and a physiotherapist. While he has already built an impressive athletic reputation, Darren strives to be the best role model for his younger brothers and other young boys within his community. He prides himself on being an honest, strong-willed, and well-rounded young man. For these characteristics and more, Darren Thomas is deserving of this remarkable teen award. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. I now invite the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas to make a few remarks.
Right. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I don't think I need to repeat what has been said a moment ago about Darren Thomas being most deserving of the award as a remarkable teen for 2022. What I would say is that I am exceptionally proud of this young man's achievement to date. The people of Diebe and the people of primary school in Diebe and Sadler's Secondary School, and of course the people of constituency number 6, see this young man as a future leader in sports, and in academics in our future. It is therefore with a large amount of pride that I will present this token to this young man who is desirous of becoming a physiotherapist and at the same time a footballer of fame in the future. When FIFA comes to St. Kitts and Nevis in the future, I believe that Darren would be part of that at that time. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member for St. Christopher 6, and congratulations again to Mr. Darren Thomas. Next on our list is Miss Denidra Evelyn, who would be receiving her award for Courage to Overcome. The reader of her profile is former Remarkable Teen 2021, Miss Mia Alexander. The Ladies Senator, the Honorable Dr. Joel Clark, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I introduce to you Ms. Denidra Evelyn, recipient of Remarkable Teen Award in the category of Courage to Overcome. Denidra Evelyn has always been inquisitive about her surroundings, so much so that she actually enjoys using her time to research and learn new things. Currently, she is considered one of Sadler's Secondary School highest performers, being an honorable student since her enrollment. To many of her peers, Denidra stands as a beacon of positivity and strength. This was made evident when she lost one of her dear friends to suicide and witnessed the toll that it took on his family and community. Since then, Denidra has vowed to make every moment count by regularly checking in on her peers and offering comforting words. She has made the great efforts to research mental illness, its effects, and coping mechanisms. She is committed to lending her time to be an advocate for students who are having difficulties coping with challenges and making regular referrals to school counselors when she feels that her help isn't enough. Denidra grew up without having her father by her side, as he has been incarcerated since she was little. For her, it has been a very tough journey because every little girl needs their father. However, instead of existing in mental space of sorrow and misfortune, Denidra has since recognized her own strength and ability to empower herself. Presently, her work includes being a strong advocate for creating more programs that encourage more prisoners to pursue an education while also improving the rehabilitative services for prisoners so they can be productive citizens upon their return to society. Ms. Evelyn is passionate that if they were treated with more respect, they would less likely to be reoffended. After all, she assessed that, and I quote, "By helping others, we return to help ourselves," end quote. On this promise, Denidra tries to be especially kind to help others as she meets them armed with understanding that we just never know what someone is going through. With the combination of her unwavering optimism, compassion, and fortitude, this remarkable teen's future looks exceedingly bright. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Alexander. I now invite the Honorable Senator, Dr. Clark, to present the award.
Madam Speaker, it gives me great pleasure to
present this award to Miss Evelyn. Miss Evelyn, you have demonstrated remarkable tenacity in terms of your inner strength and your determination, not only to deal with your challenges, but to support your classmates and your peers, and to take it even a step further, to take on one of the very unfortunate challenges facing Generation Z, that's mental health. That you have been championing this cause based on your own unfortunate experience is very remarkable. You have compassion and it's going to take you very far. And you have taken it even further to address the situation of rehabilitation based on your own experience again. You are using what some may think as negative experiences to champion causes, positive causes. Congratulations. You're very remarkable and very deserving of this award.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. And congratulations again, Ms. Denira Evelyn. Next on our list is Ms. Jazara Claxton, who is being awarded for sports. The reader of her profile is CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Court Member, Ms. Joshania Edwards. The member for St. Christopher 5, the Honorable Sean Richards, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I introduce to you Jazara Claxton, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category of sports. As a child, Jazara never passed up an opportunity to run and play. She even recalls practicing her kicking technique early on, which resulted in breaking her mother's window. That technique earned her a spot on the Bounty Welsh Primary School's football team. Not only was she a skilled footballer, but her positive attitude towards the sport allowed her to become captain of her school's team while in grade 4. Jazara represented St. Kitts and Nevis in the 2016 and 2018 Caribbean Union of Teachers Championship, winning gold in the cricket ball throw for her age class. On both occasions, the momentum continued when she got to the Charles Email Secondary High School. Jazara swiftly set records in javelin, the 400-meter and 800-meter races, and became one of the youngest victories ladorum at the TDC Inter-School Championship in 2019. Over the years, Jazara has been a prominent feature of the SKNFA's under 14, under 17, under 20, and most recently, the women's football team. Earlier this year, Jazara and the coveted Sugar Girls were seen across numerous television and social media platforms dominating the FIFA World Cup, achieving an international FIFA ranking of 130. Being one of the youngest players in the Women's World Cup, Claxton was able to score 4 goals in 5 matches and is now the second top goal scorer in the Caribbean for the under-20 girls. Additionally, this dynamic cricketer represented the Leeward Islands in the Cricket West Indies Rising Stars Under-19 women's competition held in Trinidad this past summer. She was the only player in the tournament to receive a hat trick and took the most wickets. Regardless of size, age, gender, or ability, Jazara believes that there is a sport for everyone, and if given the opportunity, she would start a camp that encourages more girls to get into the sporting fraternity. It is her dream to obtain a football scholarship and strives to be a professional footballer. All hail this athletic powerhouse, Jazara Claxton. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. I now call on the Honorable Member for St. Christopher 5 to present the award.
Madam Speaker, it is indeed a pleasure for me to be able to present this award to Ms. Jazara Claxton, who hails from my own constituency, the proud town of Sandy Point. You would have recognized from the profile which was read that this young lady has not just dominated on the local scene, but she has been able to dominate also regionally, and she has also been able to go on the international stage to display her talents in various spheres of sports. Some of us sometimes, Madam Speaker, we may have a particular skill in one sport, but in this case, Jazara has been able to be accomplished in about 4 different areas of sports, and indeed, she must be celebrated. Sometimes also, while we are able to be successful on the local scene, we are not as successful on the regional or international scene, but she has shown that she can compete amongst persons throughout the entire world. I therefore congratulate her. I also congratulate her parents for nurturing her and giving her encouragement. I note that 5 years ago, she had a sister who was also a remarkable teen. And so to her mom, Aika, I say, continue to give the guidance to your children. Finally, Madam Speaker, it is noted in her profile that her dream is to get a scholarship in the area of football. That says to me that she's not just concentrating on sports, but that she recognizes the importance of having an education. Congratulations again, and may you be successful in all of your endeavors.
Thank you, Honorable Member for St. Christopher 5, and congratulations again, Ms. Jazara Claxton. Next on our list is Mr. Apologies ahead of time. I'm going to try my best. It's Kaliel Ward, all right? And he's receiving his award for Scholar Athlete. The reader of his profile is male CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Mr. Jalen Monzak. The member for St. Christopher 4, the Honorable Samuel Duggins, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I rise to introduce to you Mr. Kaliel Ward, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category of Scholar Athlete. From a very early age, Kaliel Ward demonstrated an affinity for academics and athletics. During his primary school years, he was consistently selected to participate in spelling bees, reading, and athletic competitions. Upon leaving grade 6, At the Sandy Point Primary School, he was a judge valedictorian and as such was chosen for the Sandy Point Benevolent Society Mentorship Program for Academic Excellence. In secondary school, Kaliel continued to develop his academic prowess and made the honor roll every school year as he continued to produce a standard of work that was characterized as excellent. Worthy of note, during the 2018 and 2019 Inter-School Championships, he was selected to form the elite team of the SEMS Eagles Inter-Secondary Athletic Team and contributed to their victory. To Kaliel's peers, he is not just an outstanding athlete, but a light and hope for all. He is passionately involved in extracurricular activities, attends the St. Paul's Anglican Church, and participates in sporting events such as track and field and basketball. Kaliel uses sports as a leisure activity. For him, it is a constructive way to take the edge off of the stresses of youthhood. Currently, he co-captains the St. Paul's Tough Knots basketball team and was awarded the title of MVP in 3 individual games hosted by Scabo. He recorded the highest number of assists for offensive players, 79, in the early 2022 season. All of this was accomplished while he prepared to write CSEC examinations. He believes that his participation in basketball made for a well-rounded individual as it allows him to build and inspire others in his community. For this balancing act, Kaliel has proven himself to be a remarkable teen. May it please the Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Munzak. I now invite the Honorable Member for St. Christopher IV, Samuel Duggins, to present the award.
As I rise, Madam Speaker, to give credit to Mr. Kaliel Ward, the scholar athlete. Now we see the mixture of those two words is indeed a most magical mix. And not just magical, in my opinion, as Minister of Sports, but magical because to be able to excel mentally, academically, as well as physically at the same time is an example of the type of athlete and student that our country is very much capable of producing. And as the minister responsible for sports, and I'm quite sure the minister responsible for education would also agree with me here, that is the shining example that we wish all of our young people will aim to model. So, as I say here to Mr. Kaliel Ward, having worked with your mom some time back, I understand the cloth that you are cut from. And I could say it is a good cloth. And we all can agree that this young man is destined for greatness because we are all here to celebrate him and the other teens tonight. But tonight, I really just want to say to you, congratulations, and continue your most remarkable work. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member for St. Christopher IV, and congratulations again, Mr. Kaliel Ward. Next is Mr. Jermad Huggins, and he is receiving his award. He is receiving his award for Scholar Athlete. The reader of his profile is female CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Miss Ayana Franks, The member for St. Christopher 3, the Honorable Conmus Maynard, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I introduce to you Mr. Jamard Huggins, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category Scholar Athlete. Once a happy, active, loving child, Jamard was at the point in his life where he felt despondent, and for a time he began to disregard the things he cared for the most. In an attempt to change the mode of his behavior, Jamard embarked on a quest that allowed him to dabble in various new hobbies, such as diversifying his taste in music and teaching himself to play the guitar. Another quest he underwent was a change in his environment when he transferred from the Immaculate Conception Catholic School to the Charles E. Mills Secondary School. In his new environment, Jamard was able to delve deeper into his love of running, having been a star athlete for the ICCS inter-primary and inter-high school teams before his transfer. For him, running is a lifestyle, and it acts as a moving meditation. He notes that although it's physically exhausting, it is equally mentally and emotionally recharging. After Jamard lost his coach, the late Mr. Llewellyn Pike, running became so painful that he lost his urge to pursue it professionally. It took much time, effort, and strength for him to stop sulking and instead continue to push himself to greatness, to help Mr. Pike's athletic legacy to live on. Now, Jamard's energy and attitude have been exceptional. His proud accomplishments to date was when he was qualified to be a part of St. Kitts and Nevis delegation for the 2022 Carifta Games. With the dangers of COVID-19 pandemic, the team faced difficulty adjusting to the transformed athletic arena. With a mere 10 days of intensive training and a swollen ankle, Jamard became the only person to return with medals. He received bronze on the 17, 110-meter hurdles and 400 hurdles. This young icon is honest, intelligent, and a true sportsman and an overall good friend. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Franks. I now call on the Honorable Member for St. Christopher 3 to present the award.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And with your leave, I would like to take this opportunity to offer congratulations to Mr. Jamard Huggins on achieving the position as one of this year's 25 most remarkable teens. There is a quote in the booklet here that says, "Failure is merely a stepping stone to success." And as you have seen throughout Mr. Huggins' life, he continues to prove this saying. After facing difficulties in his own life where he felt despondent, after losing his coach, Mr. Pike, that is enough to cause persons to completely go in a different direction. But at some time, I believe that Mr. Huggins had what I call a moment of realization. And all of us have that at some point in our lives where we realize that if we pull ourselves together and if we live our best selves, we can overcome anything. And Mr. Huggins has surely shown this and has used his experiences of trauma to be a stepping stone to his success. And beyond that, in conversation with him just a little while ago, he was clear to say that his intent is to not only represent St. Kitts and Nevis in sports, but also to be a true representative of his family. and to do all that he can to make his family better. And as you see in the booklet as well, he's also interested in a career as an orthopedic surgeon or a radiologist. We must put our hands together for this young man again, who, as a scholar athlete, is destined for great heights. Congratulations, Mr. Huggins.
Thank you, Honorable Member for St. Christopher III, and congratulations again, Mr. Jamad Huggins. Next on our list is Miss Brianna Brown. Miss Brianna Brown is being awarded in the category of academics. The reader of her profile is CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Court Member, Mr. Malachi Ferguson. The member for Nevis 10, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, will give a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure I introduce to you Ms. Brianna Brown, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category of academics. Brianna Brown is the perfect example of focus and concentration. Her educational journey commenced at the Joycelyn Library Primary School, where she maintained an average above 80% through her years there. Upon completing primary school, she entered the Gingerland Secondary School, where she continued to keep a high academic record and has made the honor roll several times. When she completed her CSEC exams in 2020, Brianna graduated as the valedictorian of the Gingerland Secondary School with 12 CSEC passes. This scholar's academic journey includes competing in the Nevis Tourism Quiz in 2015, where her school placed second. She was also her primary school student council president from 2014 to 2015. Brianna Brown is a believer that failure brings about the best kind of experience, and said that many of her accomplishments would not have been achieved without trial and error. Generally, she has a burning desire to help people. She commenced studies in 2020 at the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College, where she was enrolled in the Health Sciences Division's Certified Nursing Assistant Program. However, after having that exposure, Brianna still yearned for more of a challenge and has since transferred to the Cape Natural Sciences Program. She has high hopes of becoming the nation's first cardiothoracic surgeon. Brianna's overall goal is to make a difference. And although she has already had several accomplishments, she still considers herself as an underdog and remains committed to doing better with each new day. May we all remember the name of this aspiring clinician, the remarkably humble, altruistic, and exceptional teen, Brianna Brown. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Ferguson, and I now call on the Honorable Member for Nevis 10, Mr. Eric Evelyn, to present the award.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And it is with a deep sense of pride and honor and privilege that I rise to make this presentation to Miss Brianna Brown. I am exceptionally proud to be here to make this presentation tonight, not only because she's my constituent, but she's also from my village. And I have watched her grow into a wonderful, talented, composed young woman. Yes. And Brianna is all that you would have heard there this evening. She's calm, she's cool, she's composed, she's confident, she's conscientious, and most of all, she's very consistent. And it's because she has been so consistent at the primary, the secondary, and at the CFBC levels, why I believe she's been awarded tonight in academics. And through all of this, Brianna remains very humble. And I'm so proud of her parents because she comes from a very nice quiet, humble home as well. And I believe that parental guidance is what has brought her this far. Brianna, I can't wait to congratulate you as the Federation's first cardiothoracic surgeon. I want to tell you that you are truly a remarkable teen. Congratulations.
Thank you, Honorable Member, for Nevis 10. And congratulations again to Miss Brianna Brown. Next on our list is Mr. Nyron Ward, who is being awarded for Scholar Athlete. The reader of his profile is former Remarkable Teen 2021, Miss Mia Alexander. Lady Senator, the Honorable Dr. Joyel Clark, will give a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I introduce to you Mr. Nyron Ward, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category of Scholar Athlete. Nyron has been an overcomer all his life. Shortly after his birth, Nyron went into critical condition, which took days for the doctors to get under control. Upon the doctor's examinations, Nyron's mother was told that he may never be able to walk, talk, or even live an ordinary life. However, with treatment, patience, and much prayer, Nyron's condition miraculously got better, and he hasn't experienced any occurrence since. Given the extreme circumstances surrounding his birth, Nyron's family would have been content with him living an average life. But he has exceeded those expectations as well. From an early age, that good things come with hard work and dedication. So he finds something he cares about, and he gives it his all. Throughout his time at Gateway Primary, Nyron became one of the top students in his class and even graduated as best boy in 2017. In 2016, he was selected to represent his primary school in the Sniper DEW effective speaking competition, in which his contingent placed first. Nyron, who is a talented athlete, has expressed passion for football, cricket, and track and field, who also trains with the Outer Limits Athletics Club. Some of his accomplishments include countless sports day medals representing the Gateway Primary School at the Rams International Championships, where he became the under-13 champion in 2017. During his time at the Sadler's Secondary School, he broke several records and was named Victor Ladorum for a number of athletic seasons and represented the Sadler's Secondary School Wolves at the TDC International Championships, Inter-School Championships. Nyron was also captain of Gateway Primary Stars Under-15 football team and is still a very active member. Today, Nyron continues to defy the odds. He was given at birth as an intelligent, well-spoken, top athletic and academic performer. Being able to overcome his first real-life battle has motivated him to take all of life's challenges head-on. Nyron is resilient and truly worthy of being called a remarkable teen. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Alexander. I now call on the Honorable Dr. Clark to present the award.
You know you are destined for greatness when, even at birth, the universe tries to prevent you from excelling, from experiencing what Niran has done is commendable. You know how many of us would give up, how many mothers would give up, but Niran has used this challenge at birth to propel him to greatness. Scholar athlete is so remarkable and so impressive, and it's a gentle but very bold reminder that we must encourage students to always marry the two. Not, I'm going to be an athlete, I'm going to be a scholar, both of them, and it can work. And I'm exceptionally proud of Niran, not just because we're related, but yes, because we're related. But when I was looking to, why is Niran so exceptional in every single sport? And I was like, yes, he is from the heartland of champions. Right? Football, athletics, the primary school, Sadler Secondary School, the St. Paul's football team. He's from a space where it's inevitable. You have to do well in athletics, in leadership, and in education. Niran, you're going to do well. We are very proud of you, and congratulations. You are remarkable.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Clark, and congratulations again, Mr. Niran Ward. Next on our list is Miss Tanaki Davis. Ms. Davis is being awarded for Courage to Overcome. The reader of her profile is CARICOM Youth Ambassador Corps member, Ms. Joshania Edwards. The member for St. Christopher 7, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I introduce to you Ms. Tanayaki Davis. Tanaki. My apologies. Tanayaki. Tanayaki Davis.
Oh my.
Recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category of Courage to Overcome. Throughout life's continually changing circumstances, Tanayaki has remained resilient and steadfast throughout it all. At the tender age of 4, Tanayaki lost her beloved sister as a result of an unfortunate incident that had a rippling effect on her family. Dealing with the shock and grief often caused Tanayaki to be more anxious and antagonistic than her peers. However, because of her strong mind coupled with her self-awareness, she found ways to overcome difficult moments. She has been able to move past the tragedy of losing her sister and create her own story, in which she will use her sister's legacy to make a difference and inspire her own happy endings. Throughout her primary school years, Tanayaki competed and placed in several academic competitions as a representative of the Sadler's Primary School. As valedictorian of her graduating class, she received the Social Security Scholarship upon her enrollment at the Sadler's Secondary School, where up until now, she has maintained a 90% average, repeatedly earning a place on the honor roll and the principal's list. Tanayaki has been able to walk on the brighter side of life while embracing continuous self-improvement and experiencing the results of hard work. If given the opportunity, Tinayaki would manage a space that would act as a safe haven for children. In spite of the world's madness, Tinayaki has found a way to blossom, and that is truly remarkable. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. I now call on the Honorable Member for St. Christopher 7, Dr. Timothy Harris, to present the award.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I rise with your leave to congratulate and, of course, to encourage Tinayaki Davis on the journey on which she has embarked. She is one of several nominees this evening who has been awarded because she had, and she still has, the courage to overcome the tragedies of life, the pain and the struggle, and to reach to higher heights. So that tonight she is a shining example that within her there's a heroine, and she can let that shine. When I reflected some maybe 10 plus years ago about the tragic, horrendous even circumstances that had befallen the family and the community of Sadlers, it is an amazing journey, not explicitly documented in the notes that attend to her name. She lost then a sister. That is documented in some of the most brutal, horrendous circumstances. She would lose her grandmother as a result of that same incident, to the extent that the grandmother who should have been given the intergenerational knowledge was no longer available to do so. And yet, having been part of that tragedy at a tender and formative period in her life, she would still shine. She would still excel. She managed to show focus, to be positive, and to be focused. I want to commend her for the success so far and to let her know that all of us are looking forward to even more splendid accomplishments on her part. She must continue to be focused and disciplined, and she will achieve what she set her mind to. Her mother, Mina, her father, stepfather, Zamba, and all the other adults in her life, I'm sure are very pleased that this moment has come, and she is a model to the rest of the family and certainly to the rest of our nation's youth, some who are very challenged and are attempting to find their way, notwithstanding the difficult circumstances of their lives. So let's give her another round of applause.
Thank you to the Honorable Member for St. Christopher 7, and congratulations again, Ms. Tinayaki Davis. We now move to the next person on the list, Mr. Shamari Roberts. Mr. Roberts is being awarded in sports, and his profile reader is male CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Mr. Jalen Monzak. The member for Nevis 9, the Honorable Mark Brantley, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I rise to introduce to you Mr. Shamari Roberts, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category of sports. Shamari Newton Roberts has become a household name in St. Kitts and Nevis, where track and athletics is concerned. His athletic journey began at the mere age of 3. Although he was not considered much of an athlete then, he was quite energetic, and his accomplishments in his later years would prove otherwise. Shamari was enrolled at the Charleston Primary School and was often commended for his performance in sprinting races, usually placing. It was only in grade 5 when Shamari began to show a keen interest in track and field and began his training, which launched his athletic career. Being such a promising athlete, Shamari represented his school at the Gulf Insurance Inter-Primary School Championship. He was diligent, focused, and determined to win. While at the Charleston Secondary School, Shamari went on to break records in the 200 and 400 meters races and earned the titles of Class Champion and Victor Lodorium. With such outstanding performances, Shamari undoubtedly had to represent his school in the TDC Inter-High School Championship, where he dominated the 100, 200, and 400 meter races, as well as the 4x100 and 4x400 meter relay races. Being such an accomplished athlete, Shamari has been an athletic ambassador for his country at several regional sports meets. He was selected to represent the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis in Anguilla in 2017, Tortola in 2018, and Grenada in 2019, and Martinique in 2022. Shamari has also competed in 2 character games, in the Cayman Islands in 2019 and Jamaica in 2022. This year in Jamaica, Shamari ran a personal best of 10.67 seconds in the 100 meter race. Shamari Newton Roberts wishes to one day become an Olympic medalist and has already proven that he has the determination, discipline, and support needed to achieve these goals. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Monzak. I now call on the Honorable Member for Nevis 9, the Honorable Mark Brantley, to present the award.
May it please you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, it gives me immense pleasure to rise and to be associated, first of all, with the Remarkable Teens, the 25 Most Remarkable Teens, an annual event which has become a much looked at and much anticipated fixture in the parliamentary life of the Federation. But on this occasion, it gives me immense pleasure to rise and be associated with young Shamari Newton Roberts. The profile says he's a household name in St. Kitts and Nevis. I don't even think that captures who Shamari is, because everybody knows Shamari. He is from a family that is well known, a family that is renowned for its sporting ability, and a family which has contributed significantly to the island of Nevis and the wider Federation. I have seen Shamari on the track, and frankly, I assumed that he was an athlete in the sense that he was a track and field athlete. And we see here that his exploits have taken him to Anguilla, Tortola, Grenada, Martinique, Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Colombia, and I'm sure that they will take him even farther afield. But his profile also discloses that he is a footballer, and not just an ordinary footballer. He actually played football for the St. Kitts and Nevis under-17 team, and he's also an outstanding cricketer and would have secured the most outstanding bowler title in the league that he played in on the island of Nevis. He's also represented Nevis on the under-17 cricket team and traveled to St. Martin. I say that because, like some of the other teams who have been recognized this evening, it is demonstrative that he is multifaceted and multidimensional, that he is a runner par excellence, he's a footballer par excellence, he's a cricketer par excellence, and he says that he will be an Olympian. And I believe that he will indeed be an Olympian. And so, Shamari, whether it's athletics, whether it's football, whether it's cricket, or whatever it is you decide to do, you are always and will always be remarkable. Congratulations.
Thank you to the honorable member for Nevis 9, and congratulations again to Mr. Shamari Roberts. Next on our list is Miss Maya Lake. Ms. Lake is being awarded for youth activism. The reader of her profile is female CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Ms. Ayanna Franks. Lady Senator, the Honorable Iseline Phillip, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I introduce to you Ms. Maya Lake, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category Youth Activism. Maya Lake has a burning spirit of determination within her. As a top academic performer, Maya would never hesitate to provide assistance to her peers whenever needed. She made a bold decision to opt out of fifth form and pursue her CSEC subjects through alternative means, such as Deepak's Academy, which was a successful academic endeavor. Maya moved on to the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College to pursue an associate's degree in Information and Communication Technology. In 2020, she received the CFBC President's Excellence Award for leadership and for overcoming challenges to achieve academic success. Maya's innate leadership ability led her to the position of Social Affairs Secretary in the Student Government Association of 2021 and 2022, and has successfully completed 10 units of CAPE. Maya is a firm believer of the age-old adage, it is better to give than to receive. She has always felt her best when she was able to give her time and efforts to helping others. She is a pioneering member of the Operation School Bell, a local charity that distributes school supplies, exam kits, and household care packages to low-income families throughout St. Kitts. Maya believes that in order to empower others, you must first be empowered yourself. And through this philosophy, she emphasizes the importance of self-care, self-awareness, and therapy. She passionately advocates for many social issues, including supporting locally owned businesses, enhancing job accessibility for women and youth in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which is STEM, and promoting mental health and therapeutic services. This gifted teen has a heart of gold, Madam Speaker, and the talent to be excellent in anything she attempts to execute. Her poise, brilliance, and philanthropic nature has resulted in her recognition as a remarkable teen. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Franks. I now call on the Honorable Senator Iseline Phillip to present the award.
Madam Speaker, I am happy to rise to present this award to Ms. Maya Lake. I believe that, your activism is clearly demonstrated in the numerous activities that you have been involved in. I think you're a very well-rounded individual already at this age. You seem to be involved in, community work, academics, sports, advocacy, and so it's really the whole gamut of everything, and so it's really inspiring to see. And so I think what also makes you stand out, as a youth activist is that your activism is actually driven by your desire to give to others, as well as your own determination to accomplish whatever it is you set your mind to. And I think for me that's quite impressive, and that seems to be what truly makes you quite remarkable. So as I present this award, I'd like to also encourage you to keep your light burning and to continue being generous to others. And I congratulate you on this achievement and continue in your accomplishments. I imagine that there will be much more to see and experience from everything that you do in society and community. Congratulations. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Iseline Phillip, and congratulations again to Ms. Maya Lake. The next person on our list is Mr. Devontae Brown. Devontae Brown is being awarded in leadership and volunteerism, and his profile reader is CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Court Member Mr. Malachi Ferguson. The member for Nevis 10, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, will give a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I introduce to you Mr. Devontae Brown, recipient of Remarkable Teen Award in the categories of leadership and volunteerism. Within every capacity, Devontae Brown has always been willing to serve. Throughout his life, he has been especially active in the Manning Seventh-day Adventist Church. As a young boy, his actions have truly echoed the virtues of manners and respect. He took part in any and every activity being organized by his club, whether it was taking the initiative to carry out devotional services or assisting during afternoon club sessions. It was undisputable that Devontae was reliable and committed. Currently, he serves as the Pathfinder's drill major, a role he enjoys because he is skilled with the art of drilling and marching. He has gone through the ranks of his church, moving up from merely reciting poems to acting in leading roles in plays and so much more. He even volunteered to do a lot of the heavy lifting in order to assist in the church's renovation. When he was in grade 5, Devontae was the youngest student campaigning for the position of president of the student government. Many students attested that they loved his leadership style and thought that he did his best to represent their needs to the school's administration. Devontae's dream is to see more extracurricular activities in his community, as he believes that involvement in art, music, and sports keep people grounded and cheerful. He has acknowledged being fortunate enough to have been instilled with the values that have allowed him to help his community as he has at his age and bypass negative influences. Throughout his life, he has been honest, caring, diplomatic, and of ironclad composure, true hallmarks of a remarkable team. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Ferguson. I now call on the Honorable Member for Nevis 10, Honorable Eric Evelyn, to present the award.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise again with your leave to make another presentation. The first presentation was to a Brown. The second presentation is to another Brown. I am heartened, Madam Speaker, when young men, males, are being awarded for volunteerism and leadership. Because of course we know that these days volunteerism is very lacking in some of our young people and in some of our communities, and we need to have that back. And of course the young man Devontae, as has been chronicled here in the booklet, has been a leader ever since he was very small. And he has been volunteering in his church. I know that, most people who know me know that I go to church very often for various activities. And every time I go to his church, he's on the drums. Every time I go to that church, he's there religiously playing the drum. And he does a magnificent job as well. And so I have great admiration for this young man, for his leadership skills. I believe that one of these days you'll be standing right here where I am. So I want to commend you for your leadership and your volunteerism. I believe you are a role model for some of our young men in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. I want to encourage you to continue in that vein. I wish you every success. You are truly remarkable. Congratulations.
Thank you to the honorable member for Nevis 9, and congratulations again, Mr. Devontae Brown. Next on our list is Mr. Malik Quilly. Mr. Quilly is being awarded for personal decision to change. His profile reader is CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Miss Ayanna Franks. The member for St. Christopher 3, the Honorable Convis Maynard, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I introduce to you Mr. Malik Quilly, recipient of Remarkable Teen Award in the category Personal Decision to Change. Malik Quilly has shown extraordinary personal change over the years. During his primary school years, Malik was known to be full of energy and overly playful, which resulted in him being labeled as a troublemaker. In spite of this, Malik's heart had always been in the right place. In his third year at the Washington Archibald High School, he began to realize the state of the world around him and his future. Malik concluded that he wanted to make a difference in his country, and that in itself would not be possible unless he made a difference within himself. Going forward, Malik made a concerted effort to change his attitude and behavior towards life and his schoolwork, and began to push himself to not only pass all of his classes, but to make the principal's list. A large part of Malik's journey also included becoming more involved in church and taking on leadership positions. Last school year, he held the position of Vice President of the Washington Archibald High School Student Council, where he seized the opportunity to advocate for the interests for all students. He has been an active member of the Antioch Baptist Church since the age of 5 and considers the other members of his church family. Malik currently serves as a secretary of the Amplified Youth Group, in which he was recognized as the most improved individual in 2021. Malik is currently a fifth form student and looks forward to leaving school with 10 subjects. Presently, he has already secured 5 subjects and plans to sit an additional 5 CSEC subjects in 2023. Malik hopes to be able to reach and connect with people, no matter their age, ability, or interest. His desire to see the change in himself has resulted in the confident, forward-thinking, noble young man we see today. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Franks. I now call on the Honorable Member for St. Christopher 3, Honorable Convis Maynard, to present the award.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It really does give me great pleasure to present this award to Mr. Malik Quilly this evening. In particular because tonight you would have realized in your script that I was not the original presenter, but Malik, in his confidence, came to me and said, "Why are you not presenting my award, given that I am your constituent?" And he is indeed a very good constituent, living in the Buckleys area. And so since I had somebody for Jeffrey, well, Honorable Dr. Hanley, and he had someone for me, in the continued spirit of cooperation, we just exchanged. And so it gives me great pleasure to award Mr. Malik Quealy, but in particular because, as I mentioned earlier with the other gentleman, Mr. Huggins, there is a moment in time when our moment of realization comes, and I will expound a little further with Malik. It's a conscious decision to realize that if I don't do something now, my life can go in a particular way. Some of us miss it. It passes us by. And then we're 40 and 50 and 60, and we ask, what have we done? But Malik has gotten a moment of realization early in his life, such that he has now channeled his energy to positive actions in his community. But one of the things that he really is channeling his energy to, I don't know if you realize, but he loves politics. And as you see, he is vice president here, vice president there, secretary there, and says that he's now going for presidency, but he has come to me as well and informed me that after I retire as the representative for constituency number 3, he will be the next representative. And so with that type of confidence and vision, I expect that Mr. Malik Quealy is going to do well. And I'm glad he didn't say he's going to come to throw me out and replace me. And so let us put our hands together for this remarkable team as he has made a personal decision to change.
Thank you, Honorable Member for St. Christopher 3, and congratulations again to Mr. Malik Quealy. Next on our list is Miss Sienna Henville. Sienna Henville is being awarded in youth activism, and her profile reader is CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Court Member Miss I apologize. Joshina Edwards. The member for Nevis 9, the Honorable Mark Brantley, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, it is with pleasure that I introduce Ms. Sienna Henville, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category of Youth Activism. Sienna's progressive and spirited nature has led her to be a high-achieving student throughout her academic pursuits. From a young age, she has naturally gravitated towards positions of leadership, demonstrated by fulfilling duties as treasurer at her primary school student council and later as president of the Student Government Association during her last 2 years at the Nevis International Secondary School. She was able to plan events that were enjoyed by the students while still representing and advocating for their needs and interests. Sienna is benevolent, Despite the challenges brought about by the pandemic, Sienna was able to look past her own circumstances for ways to help others in the community. Her empathy led her to begin providing groceries for 2 families who had experienced job loss and financial challenges. Furthermore, Sienna is also an active member of the St. Thomas Anglican Church. She currently serves as secretary on the executive board of the Anglicans Young People Association and lends her voice in the youth choir. Sienna is a passionate advocate for women's rights, specifically their reproductive rights, and plans on being quite vocal in the stance that is taken within our federation and the wider region. Ms. Henville is preparing to pursue a career in law, which is her ideal career choice that would allow her to represent the interests and rights of the people. Ultimately, Sienna's true passion is discovering ways in which she can impact the Federation through her love of knowledge and desire for equality. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. I now call on the Honorable Member for Nevis 9, Honorable Mark Brantley, to present the award.
Madam Speaker, for me to speak to Sienna Henville, I believe I have to go back to Christmas Eve 1986. Her parents are here, so they'll understand what I'm talking about. Because if I recall correctly, that's when they met. And the father, who was my best friend, was too shy. And so he asked someone to introduce him to who is now his loving wife, Angela. I say that because I feel that throughout my life, I have been a part of Sienna's life, even though, of course, she's but a teenager. Because I have been inextricably involved with her father, my good friend Sean, and of course his wife, Angela. I saw them earlier, and I would want to congratulate them as much as I congratulate young Sienna. It is a marvelous thing to see young people born and grow into their greatness. And I believe that Sienna Henville is marked for greatness, and I am absolutely delighted that I have the opportunity tonight to present her with this award for being one of this year's remarkable teens. I note that she wants to pursue a career in the noblest profession, which is law. And I welcome her initiative. I welcome the fact that she wants to do that. And I, of course, welcome the fact that she interned with the best law firm in the Federation, Daniel Brantley, that I've heard about and has an excellent reputation based on all that I've heard. Sienna, I believe, is a remarkable teen. She's been recognized tonight for that, for her activism, for her generosity of spirit, for her incredible intellect. But I feel that there's something very special about this young woman, and I think she's going to go very far. I'm hopeful that I'm around when she's ultimately called to the bar and becomes one of our leading lawyers and advocates here, not only in St. Kitts and Nevis, but in the Caribbean and farther afield. And so, Sienna, heartiest congratulations to you and to your entire family, to your mom, your dad. I know the whole cohort are here. To your grandmother, of course, who was in Nevis, no doubt. I didn't see her here. Lady Sheila. What can I say? I love you as if you're my own. Sean, Angela, congratulations to the entire family.
Thank you to the Honorable Member for Nevis 9, and congratulations again, Ms. Sienna Henville. Next on our list is Mr. Shakim Forbes. Shakim Forbes is being awarded for volunteerism, and his profile reader is male CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Mr. Jalen Monzak. The Deputy Prime Minister and member for St. Christopher I, the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I rise to introduce to you Mr. Shakim Forbes, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category of volunteerism. Shakim has dedicated himself to a life of service through volunteerism. He is a second-year student in the Commercial Food Preparation course at the Advanced Vocational Education Center and also a valued member of St. Kitts and Nevis Red Cross. Shakim is CPR and First Aid certified and can often be found at sports meets and hurricane relief shelters administering help. After noticing the first aid office at his school had been unoccupied for an extended period of time, Shakim decided to put his first aid training to use and volunteer to fill the post. Shakim's ability to help people from different walks of life, not only as a volunteer, but through first aid, has helped him to grow and mature into a selfless individual. In his spare time, he plays basketball with the McKnight Hitters team for the St. Kitts Amateur Basketball Association Junior League. Shakim often encourages his friends and peers to give back to their communities and volunteer alongside him. He hopes to start his own volunteer group that regularly hosts food drives, beach and community cleanups, and beautification projects. He endeavors to help as many people as possible. Shakim believes that if someone carries out an act of kindness for you, it is only right to pay it forward, as you may never know the impact you can have on someone's life. For this exemplary attitude and his desire to help, Shakim Forbes is deserving of this Remarkable Teen Award. May the world be made better by many more Shakims. May it please the Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Monzak. I now call on the Honorable Member for St. Christopher I, Dr. the Honorable Jeffrey Hanley.
Madam Speaker, I rise again to present this award to a very deserving young man who believes in giving of his time in the community. I know him personally, and he was very instrumental in my victory as he was a part of the youth group, and he took charge and told me, settle down, I will deal with it. And there is when I recognize that this is a leader. He took over the transportation for all of my meetings and ensured that I delivered the money so that he can pay the bus drivers. And even earlier today, this evening rather, when I was taking a photo with him, I thought I was tall. So when I stood next to him, he said, yes, I'm standing next to you because I will be the next Deputy Prime Minister. So Conways, seems as if we have our replacements already. But Madam Speaker, Mr. Forbes is very passionate about the elderly as well. And every time I put it in the chat that I'm going to visit, he's always present, even if it's just both of us to start at the time. And I encourage him by telling him, no matter what, they might say that you're enough, don't allow it to stop you from giving of your time in the community. And I have a lot of work for him to do in the area of volunteerism. So it gives me great pleasure to present this award to another one of my constituents, Mr. Shakim Forbes.
Thank you to the Honorable Member for St. Christopher 1, and congratulations again, Mr. Shakim Forbes. Next on our list is Ms. Sidondre Fleming. Sidondre Fleming is being awarded for performing arts, and her profile reader is female CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Ms. Ayana Franks. The member for Nevis 10, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, will give a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I introduce to you Ms. Sidondre Fleming, recipient of the Remarkable Teen Award in the category of Performing Arts. Sidondre Fleming has always been a joy to be around, as she has always been helpful and willing to participate in any event. Her enthusiasm made her a natural choice to represent the St. Thomas Primary School in the 2016 Cultural Talented Youth Pageant, where her duo placed first runner-up. Her love for pageantry continuously grew, and she captured the crown in the highly anticipated St. Thomas Fest pageant in 2018, where she dedicated her talent piece to her grandmother. Sidondre is a dexterous player of the grand piano and steel pan. She plays with the Young Vibration Steel Orchestra and Owali Rhythm Steel Band, and is capable of playing single tenor, double second, and bass pans. During her years at the Charlestown Secondary School, she served as choir leader and head of the school's steel pans group. Although recruiting others to join the choir proved difficult, she overcame the challenge by highlighting the different genres of songs that can be used in chorus, such as pop, dancehall, gospel, and reggae. Coming from a long line of singers, Sidondre always finds herself lending her voice to the ears around her, as she never passes the opportunity to sing. She performed at the Department of Community Development's Lift Every Voice and Sing in 2019, Poetry with Fashion and Song, and NCDF's Bringing Life and Culture in 2020. Sidondre maintains that music has gotten her through her life's most challenging moments and wishes for others to harness the power of music. She hopes to start a program that would get children more involved in music and the arts, as she witnessed how music can bring people together. She has been recognized as a reputable performer for the Federation, and now she is being recognized as a remarkable teen. Madam Speaker, may it please you?
Thank you, Ms. Franks. I now call on the Honorable Member for Nevis 10, Honorable Eric Evelyn, to present the award.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise for the third and final time this evening, and it gives me great pleasure once again to make this presentation to someone who has been and will continue to be a remarkable teen until she gets out of her teen years, Miss Sidondre Fleming. My only regret tonight is that we don't have a stage that she can perform on, because it is a joy to see her perform on stage, and it's a joy to hear her sing. She sings exceptionally well. And because she has been involved in pageantry for such a long time, I believe that she's now such a confident young woman and with such self-esteem. Of course, Sidondre has excelled. She loves a challenge, and that's why she goes on the stage so very often. And most of the time that she goes on stage, she does well. And Sidondre, I want to commend you on all of your achievements so far. I believe you still have a lot of places to go. I certainly enjoy seeing you and hearing you perform. And of course, many times when you're performing to all genres of music, many times I'm there shaking a leg as well. All right? So congratulations, Sidondre. As I said, continue in this vein, and may you rise to higher heights. Continue to be remarkable. Congratulations.
Thank you to the honorable member for Nevis 10, and congratulations again, Ms. Sidandre Fleming. Ms. Fleming, we have 2 stages here should you wish to volunteer your services. The next recipient this evening is Mr. Omarion Bartlett. Mr. Bartlett is being awarded in the category of Most Promising, and his profile reader is CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Court Member Mr. Malachi Ferguson. The member for Nevis 9, the Honorable Mark Brantley, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure I introduce to you Mr. Omarion Bartlett, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category of Most Promising. Omarion Bartlett has always been mild-mannered, docile, and a bit introverted. For as long as he could recall, Omarion was a member of the lower stream, up until his 4th form year. He generally felt indifferent towards school and even accepted the belief that he was just not the studious type. After returning high passes in his CCSLC exams, his potential was recognized and he felt motivated to do more. Omarion was given the opportunity to repeat Form 4 in the mainstream and pursue subjects on the CSEC level, which was such a reoccurrence for boys within his community to even consider. Over that 2-year period, Mr. Bartlett's conduct and dedication to his work were nothing but exemplary. He not only developed a more engaging attitude towards school, but also discovered his preference for the technical subjects. With much hard work, aid from teachers, and determination, this young man was able to successfully acquire 6 CSEC subjects. He was even able to pursue the CAPE Associate's degree program at the Nevis Sixth Form College. With newly expanded horizon, Omarion Bartlett is now able to dream and realistically pursue a career in electrical engineering. By accomplishing such a feat, he has made his family, past teachers, and himself immensely proud. He now stands as a shining example to other young boys within his community, and for that reason, it is clear that Omarion Bartlett has a very promising future ahead of him. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Ferguson. I now call on the Honorable Member for Nevis 9, Honorable Mark Brantley, to present the award.
Madam Speaker, I rise for the final time to say how privileged I feel to have the opportunity to present this award to young Omarion Bartlett. I've known Omarion all his life. He hails from Bath Village. I've known his family. In fact, he's my cousin. And he is such a quiet young man that sometimes I think he might even go unnoticed. So to say he's an introvert is quite true. He keeps to himself, very quiet, exceedingly humble, but full of talent and full of ability. As I read his profile, I realized that he first did the CCSLC exams. But because of his excellent performance there, his teachers, and no doubt his parents, saw that he had academic ability and gave him the opportunity to do subjects at the CSEC level. And when I look at the subjects that he did and passed, mathematics, English, metalwork, information technology, building and furniture technology, and electrical technology, I know that he will become the electrical engineer that he wants to be. Coming from Bath and a young person from Bath, it's not easy. It's not easy. There are multiple influences in Bath. But the fact that Omarion has stayed the course, that he has stayed in school, that he has persevered, that his teachers and his parents saw the value in him and supporting him, that members of the community supported him, and that he can now be a student at the Nevis Sixth Form College pursuing his associate degree, I think is a remarkable achievement. And we haven't even started to talk yet about his footballing prowess. Because I believe that Omarion is one of the best young footballers in the entire Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And I believe that this young man is going to go far. He has the right temperament. He has the right attitude. And I believe that he is going to make his parents, his community of Bath, and all of us proud. And so, Marion, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you, to encourage you to continue to do well, and to say to your parents and the grandparents, grandmother especially, if she's here, how absolutely proud we all are of you. And so I expect that you're going to continue to do well, continue to play good football, continue to be a good student, continue to be a marvelous young man, and a remarkable teen and a remarkable human being. Thank you.
Thank you to the honorable member for Nevis 9. And congratulations again to Mr. Omarion Bartlett. Next on our list is Mr. Laquandre Laurie. Mr. Laquandre Laurie is being awarded in the categories of leadership and sports. The reader of his profile is former Remarkable Teen 2021, Miss Mia Alexander. The member for St. Christopher 6, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas, will then make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I introduce to you Mr. Laquandre Laurie, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the categories of sports and leadership. Laquandre is by all accounts a keen, disciplined, and model athlete. Hailing from 3 generations of athletes, it is only natural that he followed in their footsteps. Over the years, while attending the Immaculate Conception Catholic School, Laquandre had built an impressive reputation in track and field. He won countless medals on sports day and brought home victory with 10 medals, 4 of which were gold and several from competing in inter-primary competitions. In 2013, Laquandre decided to take his love of basketball to new heights and began playing for the Rams Hitters junior team in St. Kitts Nevis Amateur Basketball Association. He took the time to hone his skills and be the strongest player he could be, practicing a different skill amongst almost every day. Having demonstrated incredible ability and talent on the court, Laquandre had made captain over the years and has seen 3 MVP titles. Off the court, Laquandre volunteers his time to SKABA, where he performs duties as a desk official and coaches for training camps. His contribution has earned him a post on the Games Committee, where he has assisted with the planning and execution of games for both senior and junior leagues. Laquandre has also captained the Rams Hitters junior team, who won the league in 2020. At the end of 2022, the junior league, along with the Bird Rock Uprisers, this young athlete was recognized as one of the top 12 players in the league and was recommended to join the national junior team. Presently, he is studying at the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College in hopes of attaining associate's degree in culinary arts. For his drive, ambition, and ambition, Laquandra Lowry has been found deserving of being recognized as a remarkable teen. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Alexander. I now call on the honorable member for St. Christopher 6 to present the award.
Madam Speaker, yet again I rise to present the award to Laquandra Lowry as one of our remarkable teens for 2022. He reminds me so much of myself. The only thing is that he's probably better than me in sports. But when you look at how he has been described to attain this distinction of being a remarkable teen, we hear of him being a keen, disciplined, and a model athlete.
Pardon
then
me,
we're told
the honorable member. At this stage, I would think everyone would have turned their phones off or on silent. If you haven't done so, please turn your phones on silent. I would not wish for anyone to disrupt the proceedings any further. Thank you. Apologies, honorable member.
That's been disciplined. And again, we look at him as how he's been described as one of hard work and dedication. And then further, this young man has been described as being one that has a drive and an ambition to succeed. This is what we want of our young people. We want them to be able to be model, not only students, but citizens of our country. I can give the assurance to Laquandra that I shall be with you. I shall follow your path as you move from where you are to where we expect you to be in the future. A remarkable leader of St. Kitts and Nevis. God bless you.
Thank you, honorable member for St. Christopher 6, and congratulations again to Mr. Laquandra Lowry. Next on our list is Mr. Malachi Tucker Gums. Malachi Tucker Gums is being awarded in performing arts. The reader of his profile is CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Court Member, Ms. Joshania Edwards. The member for St. Christopher 3, the Honorable Conris Maynard, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I introduce to you Mr. Malachi Tucker Gums, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category of Performing Arts. Coming from humble beginnings, the articulate and extravagant Malachi has made a commitment to excel in every pursuit. He has developed an immense appreciation for the intricacies of dance, music, singing, drama, and speech. In July of 2014, Malachi was adjudged King of the Antioch Baptist Church Vacation Bible School King and Queen pageant. Later that year in December, he took part in the Antioch Baptist Church big musical production called One Bethlehem Night. As his love for performing arts grew, Malachi was given leading roles in the annual Christmas musical productions. Malachi's passion for dance motivated him to enter the creative arts competition hosted by the St. Kitts Nevis National Carnival in December 2021. He developed the concept of the video, directed, edited, and choreographed the dance, which led him to win the competition's dance category. This young performer was selected to represent the Washington Archibald High School in the 2022 Goldwyn O'Kane speech competition. Under the guidance of his teachers, he was able to deliver an impactful speech on how varying forms of media can be used to improve education. His presentation earned him first place. Malachi aims to be one of the best artistic directors and open his own performing arts institution. He hopes to revolutionize the performance industry in St. Kitts and Nevis, effectively making it a safe haven for performing arts. Though it is evident he has much more left to accomplish, his contributions to the performing arts thus far has been nothing short of remarkable. May it please the Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. I now call on the Honorable Member for St. Christopher III, the Honorable Convis Maynard, to present the award.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It gives me once again great pleasure to award another one of my constituents. In fact, Malachi once introduced me on the political stage using his love for performing arts. I want to commend Malachi because it is not often that you see young men willing to express their talents through dance. And sometimes even among our high school students, I hope none of you, sometimes even make fun of young men who decide to venture into dance. But I just want to tell everyone that the best choreographers in the world are not females, males. Ask Michael Jackson. He died. Although Michael Jackson was himself his own main choreographer, those that assisted him were male choreographers. Ask Beyonce. Her main choreographer is a male. And so I want to commend Malachi for going after his passion, and know that you will have the full support of your representative for the avenues that you have identified you wish to pursue. Not just in dance, but also in music, singing, drama, and speech. And it really did warm my heart this evening as well when I asked him, Malachi, what should I say about you? And tell me something about you. He said, he wants to pursue performing arts and to follow in the footsteps of some of the people he looks up to. To my surprise, he named me as one of them. So it really warmed my heart to hear that this evening, Malachi, and that is why it gives me great pleasure to award you for your extraordinary efforts in performing arts. And I know you will not only be a remarkable teen in this arena, but a remarkable person. Congratulations.
Thank you to the Honorable Member for St. Christopher III, and congratulations again to Mr. Malachi Tucker Gums. Next on our list is Ms. Tatiana Leader. Ms. Tatiana Leader is being awarded in the category of entrepreneurship, and her profile reader is Male CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Mr. Jalen Monzak. The member for St. Christopher 4, the Honorable Samuel Duggins, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I rise for the final time to introduce to you Ms. Tatiana Leader, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category of entrepreneurship. For as long as she can remember, Tatiana has always had the creativity, resourcefulness, and determination of an entrepreneur. Tatiana embarked on her first business venture called TTA Fashion at the age of 13. Determined to make her business a success, she invested in sourcing well-made products and would take to the streets of Bastia to sell her inventory. Having scouted various avenues for advancement, Tatiana participated in several workshops and had a lengthy apprenticeship to launch her second business, Unique Faces, which was geared toward providing makeup services for women. Tatiana believes that customer service is the most fundamental of all business practices and continues to go above and beyond to provide quality products, services, and experiences for her customers. She also remains focused on expanding and growing all of her businesses. Tatiana's hobbies include reading and writing poetry and spending time with friends. In the midst of all of her entrepreneurial ventures, she is still able to make her regular contributions to her community as she volunteers to provide homework assistance, tutoring, and babysitting services. Although she wishes her father lived to witness her milestones and achievements, she is very thankful for all her mother has done to her to ensure her growth, development, and success. Tatiana wishes to leave her mark in this world as a lady of substance, on a journey to enlighten herself and everyone she interacts with. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Monza. And I will call on the Honorable Member for St. Christopher 4, Samuel Duggins, to present the award.
Madam Speaker, I am extremely honored to rise this final time and offer my credits to Ms. Tatiana Leader, the remarkable entrepreneur as we see here. Now, Madam Speaker, I think it's very clear that our medium and small business sector is indeed the driving force of our economy today and will be for the foreseeable future. And so having as excellent an entrepreneur as Tatiana, I think our country is extremely blessed. Entrepreneurs are expected to be very hardworking, resilient, and good communicators. And I'm happy to tell you here that Tatiana possesses all of these talents. In fact, tonight as I came in and I greeted and congratulated all the teens, it was Tatiana who took the initiative and came over and introduced herself to me tonight. Quite the communicator. And Madam Speaker, I wish to place on record that I will be taking Tatiana up on her offer to join her at her establishment, Soul Food Kitchen 869, to taste what she describes as the best food in the Federation. I want to, as the minister responsible for entrepreneurship, convey my congratulations to you, Ms. Tatiana Leader, as well as your mother, for the hard work and commitment that she has contributed to your success. And so I wish for all to join me in congratulating entrepreneur par excellence, Tatiana Leader. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you to the Honorable Member for St. Christopher 4, Honorable Samuel Duggins. Congratulations again to Ms. Tatiana Leda. Next on our list is Mr. Donnell Francis. Mr. Francis is being awarded in the area of Spirit of Hope, and his profile reader is Female CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Ms. Ayana Franks. The member for St. Christopher 5, the Honorable Sean Richards, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, as I conclude my readings, it is with pleasure I introduce to you Mr. Donald Francis, recipient of the Remarkable Teen Award in the category Spirit of Hope. Donald Francis' inherent nature is to care for others. He is renowned at St. Paul's Primary School for always being helpful, studious, and strong-minded. Donald's firm belief in the value of education compels him to advocate on behalf of students and explain class, work, and assignments to any students who needs guidance. As he progressed through high school, he became an advocate for his peers, earning the nickname Lawyer Don or Lawyer Francis for being an intermediary between his teachers and classmates. If a student was about to be removed for inappropriate behavior or any other infraction, he was quick to step in. Lawyer Don's respectful and honest nature often caused teachers to look to him to confirm or vote for students, as he would profess boldly, and I quote, "I have no reason to lie for any of you," unquote. He was often viewed as the voice of reason, and he would be called upon to settle disputes among classmates. The true epitome of his acts of humanitarianism was when he assisted Cassandra Simmons during fourth form. Miss Simmons suffered a serious injury that caused her to miss several weeks of school and temporarily diminished her mobility. Although they were not particularly close before, he became concerned with how much work she was missing. One day, to his surprise, she returned to school in a wheelchair. Immediately, he recognized a major problem, as their homeroom class was upstairs, and without any instructions or further thought, Donald faithfully became her in-school caretaker. I know. Daily, he would be seen carrying her to inaccessible classrooms while holding her book bag. Donald, yes. Donald has proven to be the person of upstanding character and morals. This aspiring has earned the respect of his peers, teachers, and community. And amidst all these workings, he typically runs away from being praised because he attests that, and I quote again, "It's never about what people see, but what God sees," unquote. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Franks. I now call on the Honorable Member for St. Christopher 5, Honorable Sean Richards, to present the award.
Madam Speaker, it gives me great honor and pleasure to be able to present the award this evening for Spirit of Hope to Mr. Donald Francis, also known as Lawyer Don. One of the final statements made by Ms. Frank as she read his profile is that this aspiring veterinarian has earned the respect of his peers, teachers, and community. This evening, I can honestly and boldly say that though I do not personally know Mr. Francis, he has earned my respect and admiration based on his profile. Indeed, Madam Speaker, He has also forced me to do some travel down memory lane and introspection, because it makes me wonder, as a student myself during high school, had I encountered someone with whether a permanent or temporary disability, if my actions would have been similar to his. When we think of hope, I think that indeed he has given hope to so many persons, be it during his years of high school, his grandmother, or other persons within the community. Tonight, I think his story is one that should inspire all of us to do better, especially for those persons amongst us who are not as fortunate as we are. On a daily basis, I'm sure that we encounter persons who have disabilities, and most of us, we just go along our way without stopping to determine how we can lend a hand and how we can inspire those persons to become more hopeful in terms of their own lives. So to Mr. Francis, I want to encourage you to continue to be that beacon of hope for so many others. Indeed, you have given me hope, and I'm certain that you have given others hope, that we have young persons amongst us who are selfless in terms of their actions. It is not just about themselves, but indeed, it is about, as we go on our own journey through life, to ensure that others too are able to succeed. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you to the Honorable Member for St. Christopher 5, and congratulations again, Mr. Donnell Francis. Next on our list is Miss Brianna Paul. Miss Brianna Paul is receiving her award for leadership and volunteerism. The reader of her profile is CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Court Member, Mr. Malachi Ferguson. Lady Senator, Honorable Iseline Phillip will then make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I introduce to you Ms. Brianna Paul, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the category of Leadership and Volunteerism. Brianna Paul is intelligent, sincere, and intrinsically motivated. Since her days as a student of the Tucker Clark Primary School, she has been recognized as a high achiever. She consistently made it on the honor roll and principals list, and also had the position of the treasurer for her primary school student council. Not to mention, she also received the best test of standards results for her school in her graduating year. Taking on leadership roles has grown to be a joy to Brianna. Presently, she serves as a member of the Youth Commission within the Bethesda New Dawn Moravian Church. The members plan activities that are meaningful and engaging for church and youth fellowship. Brianna also sings with youth choral ensemble on Sundays and dances with the Moravian Church's St. Kitts Conference Dance Troupe. This remarkable teen is dedicated to pursuing a career as a neurological surgeon. Brianna's ultimate goal is to become a provider of much-needed advanced and specialized medical care to citizens, residents, and visitors of our great St. Kitts and Nevis. She believes that access to first-class medical care is essential for our country's development. Being an ambitious and upfront young lady, Brianna knows that service through volunteerism is one of the most benevolent acts, and she has carried out all her acts with utmost distinction and purpose. She fervently believes that if we all took the time to see the bigger picture and work together, we can progress in ways unimaginable. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Ferguson. I now call on the Honorable Senator Iseline Phillip to present the award.
Madam Speaker, I rise again for the final time with great pleasure to congratulate Ms. Brianna Paul on receiving her award for leadership and volunteerism. It's always a pleasure for me to see, and I'm always inspired by young leaders. And so I think, Brianna is quite remarkable because she actually, at a very early age, has demonstrated multiple character traits of what it means to be a very strong leader. She's disciplined, she knows how to mediate conflict, she's very respectful, and is able to be a hard worker and has a positive attitude and a determination to succeed in whatever she puts her mind to. And so I think with these character traits, it's very important for us to recognize and see our young leaders rising. And not only that, she's also able to identify gaps, to be able to say, we need neurological surgeons in the Federation, and has just taken it upon herself to dedicate herself to developing a career in that area so that she can contribute to health and wellness of the Federation. And so it really pleases me. Being a high achiever, it reminds me of myself. And so I am very pleased to congratulate and continue to encourage Ms. Brianna Paul for continuing to excel and being so truly remarkable as you are already. So congratulations.
Thank you to the Honorable Senator Iseline Phillip, and congratulations again, Ms. Brianna Paul. Next on the list is Ms. Quinika Bradshaw. Ms. Quinika Bradshaw is being awarded in the area of personal decision to change, and her profile reader is former Remarkable Teen 2021, Ms. Mia Alexander. The member for St. Christopher 6, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas, will then make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, as I present to you my last Remarkable Teen for the night, Quinika Bradshaw, she is the recipient for the Remarkable Teen Award, category of Personal Decision to Change. Quinika is a bold reminder that where we start is not always where we must end. During her early ages as a student at the Charles E. Mills Secondary School, Quinika had fallen in with the wrong crowd and often found herself in conflict with her peers as well as persons in authority. Quinika had quickly grown accustomed to the negative beliefs, comments, and stereotypes that were projected onto her. However, after transferring to the Sadler's Secondary School and getting the opportunity to learn and grow into the new environment, Quinika decided to make the most of this fresh start. Although difficult at first, Quinika was able to settle down and discover that she can find enjoyment in schoolwork, and as a result of her change in perspective, she was then able to focus and maintain a high quality of work. Occasionally being placed on the honor roll, she had made the conscious effort to remain respectful of others, be cooperative, and fully immerse herself in her school life. She participated in school activities and became a valued member of the netball team. Quinika realized that once she was given the opportunity and space to grow, she could be her bold, playful, and kind-hearted true self. By her final year of high school, Quinika recognized as a positive leader among her peers, she was maintaining healthy relationships with her teachers. Ms. Bradshaw is grateful that she was given the second chance and given new opportunities, which she was able to thrive. She wishes to emphasize the importance of staying true to who you are and always putting your best foot forward, and being compassionate and empathetic towards others. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Alexander. I now call on the Honorable Member for St. Christopher 6, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas to
pay my own tribute and to how pleased I am that Quinnica Bradshaw would have taught us a number of powerful lessons during her path to become recognized tonight as one of our most remarkable teens. What are some of these lessons? The first one is that as young people, I'm still young. As young people, where we start is not always where we must end. That is a powerful message. A second powerful message is that each of us deserves a second chance. Each of us, despite each of us deserves a second chance. Each of us must be provided with new opportunities at all times, no matter how distracting are the circumstances. Each of us must always be reminded that we should be true to ourselves. Also, we must always put our best foot forward, despite the challenges. And finally, we must always be compassionate and empathetic towards each other. These powerful messages have been demonstrated and lived by this young lady, Quinnica Bradshaw of St. Paul's Village, in the Republic of St. Paul's, I should say, in constituency number 6. And to top it off, I must admit and let you know that Quinnica is one of my dearest cousins. God bless you.
Thank you to the Honorable Member for St. Christopher 6, and congratulations again to Ms. Quinnica Bradshaw. The final awardee tonight is Ms. Malika Benjamin. Ms. Malika Benjamin is being awarded in academics and spiritual commitment. Her profile reader is CARICOM Youth Ambassador Corps member, Ms. Joshina Edwards. The Deputy Prime Minister and member for St. Christopher 1, the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, will make a few remarks and present the award.
Madam Speaker, with pleasure, I introduce to you the final remarkable teen of the night, Ms. Malika Benjamin, recipient of a Remarkable Teen Award in the categories of academics and spiritual commitment. Malika takes pride in her work and does everything with immense passion. Throughout her academic tenure, she has consistently made the honor roll. Malika has always been a devoted child of God and as a result, has amassed several successes. In 2016, she was selected to represent the Seventh-day Adventist Primary School in the Rotary Club of Liamigo. And out of the 19 children across the island, she was declared the winner. Later, in 2017, she received the Melvin Edwards Excellence Award for receiving the highest test of standard results in the Federation. During her high school years, she was an executive member of the Bastilles High School Interactive Club. Malika's faith has been a leading factor in her life, and she lives by the virtues encased in her favorite scripture, Deuteronomy chapter 31 and verse 6. She is an avid member of the Faith in Emmanuel Seventh-day Adventist Church. She has worked her way up through the church as an usher, assisting occasionally with clerical duties and consistent participation as a pathfinder. Not too long ago, she decided to take a higher step and was one of the 5 young presenters in the 2022 edition of the church Time to Awake Gospel Extravaganza. Among her successes, Malika affirms that none of these feats would have been possible without the grace of God. And she is thankful for the gifts He has instilled within her. Determined to help others, Malika has decided to pursue a career in medicine, specifically in the field of dermatology. Her mission is to sharpen the minds, words, and hearts of the people she encounters. And that is what makes her a remarkable teen. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Edwards. I now call on the Honorable Member for St. Christopher I to present the award.
Madam Speaker, I rise to present this award to Malika Benjamin, my cousin. From a child, Madam Speaker, I can attest to her academics, and you have heard them this evening. But what is more seriously about her is her belief and faith in God, especially as a young lady growing up so beautifully. And of course, Madam Speaker, she has the determination to achieve whatever she puts her mind to. So I know by God's grace, as she continues to call on Him, she would become that dermatologist that she plans to achieve, Madam Speaker. She's very grateful of her parents and always speak gloriously about her mom and her dad for their encouragement. She's one of my constituents, but I share her with Central Bastille. But I am honored this evening, Madam Speaker, at the close of this 25 most remarkable team, to present this award, because in 2011, Madam Speaker, when I started this program in the youth department, I had no idea that this program would have blossomed into one of the most outstanding youth award ceremonies we have in the entire Eastern Caribbean. And I congratulate the youth department on the job that they're doing. And as they know it, they have my fullest support, because 275 remarkable teens are parading our federation, making each and every one of us proud. May it please you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you to the honorable member for St. Christopher 1. And congratulations again to Miss Malika Benjamin. We are now at the end of the presentation of the awards, and I'd like to congratulate each and every awardee this evening. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Adjournment.
I recognize the honorable member for St. Christopher 3.
Madam Speaker, with your leave, I rise to ask that this session of the National Assembly be adjourned sine die.
Madam Speaker, I second that motion.
We will have remarks by Mr. Pierre Leiber, Director of the Department of Youth Empowerment.
Okay.
Madam Speaker, honorable members of Parliament, permanent secretaries, other senior government officials present, members of the Departments of Youth on both St. Kitts and Nevis, members of the media, technical team, the viewing audience, both on air, online, and on TV, proud parents, guardians, supporters, nominators, ambassadors corps, ambassadors, former remarkable teens, 25 most remarkable teens, interview panel, interview profile writers, profile editors, photographers, remarkable teens, good evening. Good evening. I think we could all agree that these young people are indeed remarkable, and I invite us all to give them one more round of applause. Much has been said this evening, and I think we could all agree that these young people are indeed shining beacons of positivity, hope, good examples, well-rounded, remarkable citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis that we are all proud of and could follow and emulate and encourage the future generations to do the same. And it has been said, so there's not much that I could add, save to express our thanks and appreciation, first to God for giving us all life and breath to be here this evening, and to Deacon for invoking his presence here this evening. And I would also like to thank the hard-working persons who would have contributed to ensuring the success of this evening's event. First, I'd like to acknowledge Ms. Shanicia Piran, which we would have given a moment of silence for in the beginning. She would have put in quite a bit of work and effort into organizing and ensuring that the preliminary activities would have been done for this evening's celebration well in advance, since January, March, early in the year. And we're indeed thankful for the hardworking, diligent, and effective youth officer that she was, for the efforts, for the work that she gave to the department, and for the legacy that she leaves. We're indeed thankful for the opportunity to have known her and to work alongside her. We have to express thanks and appreciation to her colleagues in both the department on St. Kitts and on Nevis for carrying the torch, remaining strong, and putting in the hard hours and the work needed to get us here this evening. I want to acknowledge Mrs. Joseph, Ms. Pemberton, and the rest of the team on St. Kitts and on Nevis, Officer Leandra Dyer, and Director Clark, for your hard work in ensuring that we are here and having a successful event. We also want to express thanks and appreciation to the Speaker's Office and Madam Clark for your continued support and assistance and partnership in
organizing, and all of the work that went on into making tonight a success. Thanks to, oh, you could clap. Thanks to the interview panel, the editors, the writers, photographers, the dozens of technical people in the background for all the work that you put in and here this evening. Thank you to the parents and guardians for your efforts, your guidance, your love, your scolding when necessary, and all the work that you would have done to mold these remarkable young people that we're celebrating here this evening. I encourage you to continue to allow them to shine and celebrate when they do shine, and encourage their peers to do the same also. Finally, thank you to the remarkable teens. Congratulations. And we do wish you every success in your future endeavors, and continue to be remarkable and shine. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Leiber, Director in the Ministry of Youth and Empowerment. Honorable members, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of this evening's proceedings. The question is that this honorable house stands adjourned, sign and aye. Those in favor? Aye. Those against? The ayes have it. This house stands adjourned.